Capitulum XXVII. Res rustice. Lectio altera. Versus quinquagesimus, usque adversum centesimum quartum decimum. Iulius, qui nuper ex urbe, in praedium suum Albanum venit, circa agros et vineas suas ambulat. Iulius, who has recently come from the city into his Alban plantation, walks around his fields and vineyards. Supra eum est mons Albanus, post montem lacus Albanus, qui vilis magnificis cingitur. Above him is Mont Albanus. Behind the mountain is Lake Albanus, which is surrounded by magnificent villas. Nulla in parte Italiae, tot et tante villae site sunt, quam in Latio, et maxime circa lacum illum amvenum. In no part of Italy are so many and such large villas located as in Latium, and especially around that beautiful lake. Ne in campagna quidem plures villae sunt, quamquam multi Romani in ora maritima eius regionis villas possident, nam plurimi Romani sub urbe Roma habitare volunt in villis sub urbanis. Not even in Campania are there more villas, although many Romans own villas on the seacoast of that region. For most Romans wish to live outside the city of Rome in suburban villas. Iulius aspicit agricolas, qui in agris et in vineis opus faciunt, gaudens quod ipsi ut domino diviti non necesse est in agris laborare. Julius looks at the farmers who are working in his fields and in his vineyards, rejoicing that for himself, as a wealthy landlord, it is not necessary to labor in the fields. Quamquam nullo modo laborem agricolarum sordidum indignumve esse existimat, tamen se praeagricolis beatum esse censet. Although in no way does he think that the work of farmers is base or mean, nevertheless he judges that he is happier, is more fortunate than the farmers. Neque enim laborat Dominus, sed quiescit, cum in praedio suo est. For the master does not work, but rests when he is on his plantation. Rus quietum et amvenum eum delectat. The quiet, beautiful countryside pleases him. In urbe Iulius semper in negotio est, sed ruri in otio cogitar de negotiis urbanis. In the city Julius is always busy, but in the countryside, at leisure, he thinks about the affairs of the city. Itaque Iulius, qui otium ruris valde amat, cum primum confecta sunt negotia urbana, in praedium suum suburbanum proficiscitur. So Julius, who loves the leisure of the countryside very much, as soon as city business has been completed, sets out for his suburban plantation. Agri Julii non a domino ipso coluntur, sed a colonis. Julius's fields are not cultivated by the master himself, but by tenant farmers. Colonos est agricola, qui non suo sed alienos agros, pro domino absenti colit, et mercedem domino solvet, pro frugibus agrorum. A tenant farmer is a farmer who cultivates not his own, but another's fields for an absent master, and pays the master a price for the produce of the fields. Coloni Julii sunt agricolae validi, qui industriae laborant, omnesque mercedem ad diem solvere solent. Julius's tenant farmers are strong farmers who work very hard, and all pay, and all are accustomed to pay, the rent on the due date. At hoc anno, quidam colonus mercedem non dum solvet. But this year, a certain tenant farmer has not yet paid the rent. Iulius eum colonum in agro conspicet, et huc accede colonne inquit. Julius catches sight of that tenant farmer in the field, and says, "Come here, tenant farmer." Dominus imperat ut colonus accedat, tum interrogat. The master orders that the tenant farmer approach. Then he asks, "Cur nondum solvisti mercedem, quam ter quaterve iam abste proposci, octingento sestertios mihi debes, solve eos." Why have you not yet paid the rent which I have asked from you now 3 or 4 times? You owe me 800 sesterces. Pay them. Iulius colono imperat ut mercedem solvat. Julius orders the tenant farmer to pay the rent. Colonos pallidus praemetu loqui non potest. The tenant farmer pale because of fear, cannot speak. Audisne? Impero tibi ut mercedem solvas, quin respondes? Do you hear? I am ordering you to pay the rent. Why do you not answer? Nulla est mihi pecunia, ne assem quidem habeo. I have no money. I have not even an as. Nisi hic et nunc solvis mercedem debitam servis meis imperabo ut te agris meis pellant. Unless here and now you pay the owed rent, I will order my slaves to drive you from my fields. Iam 3 menses expecto, ut ea pecunia mihi solvatur. Now for 3 months I have been waiting, for that money to be paid to me. Et si vir patien sum, hic finis est patientiae meae. Although I am a patient man, this is the end of my patience. Colonus ad pedes domini se proicet, eumque orat ut patientiam habeat. The tenant farmer throws himself at the feet of his master and begs him to have patience. Patientiam habe, domine, nolia me postulare ut tantum pecuniae statim solvam. Have patience, master. Do not demand from me. Do not ask of me to pay so much money immediately. Intra 2-3 menses omnia accipies. Within 2 or 3 months you will receive everything. Noli me e domo mea rapere. Do not snatch me away from my home. 8 liberi mihi sunt, quos ipse curare debeo. I have 8 children, whom I myself must care for. Cura infantio multum temporis magnamque patientiam postulat, itaque parum temporis habeo ad opus rusticum. The care of infants demands a lot of time and great patience, so I have too little time for country work. Quid? Num uxor abste postulat? Ut tu pro matre infantes cures? What? Your wife doesn't demand of you that you, in the place of the mother, take care of the babies, does she? Ita ne infantes suos negligit? Does she thus neglect her own babies? Matris officium est infantes curare. It is the mother's duty to take care of babies. Tu vero, cura ut agri bene colantur, et merces ad diem solvatur. But you see to it that the fields are well cultivated, and that the rent is paid on the due date. Uxor mea officium suum non negligit. My wife does not neglect her duty, nec postulat ut ego infantes curem, and she does not ask that I take care of the babies. Sed nunc nec infantes curare, nec quidquam aliud agere potest, quia egrotat. But now she can neither take care of the babies, nor do anything else, because she is unwell. Intra paucos dies novum infantem expectat. She is expecting a new baby within a few days. Noli mea buxore gravida rapere. Do not snatch me away from my pregnant wife. Per omnes deos te oro. I beg you, by all the gods. His precibus, Dominus severus tandem movetur. The strict master is finally moved by these petitions. Colono imperat, urtageat atque surgat. Tum, coniam inquit uxor tua gravida est, abi domum. He orders the tenant farmer to be silent and to arise, then says, since your wife is pregnant, go away home. Primum cura ut uxor et liberi valeant. Tum vero labora ut pecuniam omnem solvas, intra finem huius mensis, id est intra 30 diem. First, take care that your wife and children are well, but then work to pay all the money within the last day of this month, that is, within the 30th day.